Have you ever truly asked yourself, am I still beautiful? One morning, as the sunlight filters through your window, you catch a glimpse of yourself in the mirror. A few wrinkles, a slight change in your skin, your lips, and a faint smile. It's not the smile of youth, but one that has endured the ups and downs, the joys and sorrows, the losses and the love of a life well lived. Sometimes we forget. Beauty doesn't reside in rosy cheeks or smooth skin. It lives in the grace of our hearts and how we walk through this life. In today's video, we'll explore the gentle beauty of aging women, a beauty that doesn't shout, but turns heads with its quiet strength. We'll step into a world full of emotion and lived experience, where older women not only hold on to their confidence, but radiate an energy that makes others pause. Some keep their daily self-care rituals, others carry a kind smile when facing the world, and some simply live kindly, with love and attentive listening. All of these things are the clearest reflections of beauty, the kind that stirs hearts, draws glances from strangers, and leads you one day to smile into the mirror and say, I am truly beautiful in my very own way. Because the truth is, you never stop being beautiful. You're just beautiful in a different way, stronger, deeper, and more captivating. There is a kind of beauty that doesn't come from makeup, clothing, or hairstyles. It shines from within, from calm eyes, a gentle voice, and the presence polished by time. When a woman steps into her 60s, 70s, or beyond, her life experiences become a gentle light, one that cannot be replaced. It's the light of understanding, compassion, patience, and most of all, wholehearted self-acceptance. People often associate beauty with youth, but in truth, aging distills beauty. The superficial things slowly fall away. What remains are eyes that listen, hands that care, and a heart that loves unconditionally. Have you ever seen an older woman sitting quietly by the window, sunlight spilling over her silver hair? That single moment alone can bring peace to the soul. In that stillness lies a soul shaped by experience, no longer rushing, no longer needing to prove anything to the world, only offering a serene and graceful presence. This inner glow comes from caring for oneself, not for anyone else, but for the self. Choosing a comfortable outfit, applying a soft layer of moisturizer before bed, brushing your hair neatly each morning. It's not beautifying like the young often do, but a quiet declaration. I cherish myself. An older woman also shines when she listens. When a younger person is overwhelmed, her calm silence and gentle gaze can feel like a warm embrace. No need for elaborate advice or judgment, just her loving presence is enough to soothe the heart. And you know what? That radiance also comes from her smile. A smile that's no longer dazzling but warm and slow, like a quiet blessing. A smile where every fine line at the corners of her eyes tells a story of treasured memories. There are days that are no longer bustling, no longer vibrant, but the calmness, the unhurried steps on familiar paths. Those are the ways in which you light up your own little sky. A beauty that doesn't boast, but once seen, is never forgotten. If you've ever thought, there's nothing special about me anymore, please remember all the people who've paused because of your greeting, your gaze, or simply your presence. Because just being there has brought peace to someone's heart. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be, with all the kindness, sincerity, and depth that life has gifted you. That is the kind of light only those who've lived deeply can carry. And you, an aging woman, are carrying that light, naturally, gently, and with irresistible grace. There's something delightful that many older women don't realize. People still admire them, often silently. Beauty in later years isn't just a personal feeling, it's something recognized by the world, through affectionate glances, quiet compliments, or even just a smile from someone as you pass by. Someone once said, I thought I had become invisible, until I realized how many gentle eyes still watched me. And it's true, you are never just a shadow. You are the quiet light many seek, especially in this fast and noisy world. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Recognition often comes from the younger generation. They don't just admire your neat appearance, but are inspired by your confident walk, the elegance of a chosen silk scarf, or the way you kindly greet a shopkeeper with grace. Many older women have shared how they've received compliments from strangers. A young woman asking where to buy your blouse, a young man stopping just to say, you have a beautiful smile. These may seem small, but they are clear proof. your beauty is still very much seen. It's not uncommon for older adults to be asked about their secret to long, healthy, beautiful lives. And beautifully, their answers are often simple. I live as myself. I believe in good things. I'm grateful every day. That way of living is what truly draws attention. You may no longer seek recognition the way you once did in youth, but when others look at you with gentle admiration, it's a sign that you're inspiring them in a quiet yet profound way. And most importantly, the beauty they see in you isn't about perfection. It's about truthfulness. A 70-year-old woman who dresses with elegance, choosing her own personal style, not following trends, but expressing her individuality, will always stand out. An 80-year-old woman who still moisturizes, brushes her hair, and puts on a soft shade of lipstick every morning, not to impress anyone but because it makes her feel confident, can light up a room with nothing but her presence. There is another kind of recognition, one rooted in trust. When someone comes to you for advice, to confide in you, or simply to sit silently beside you, it's a quiet acknowledgement of the inner beauty you radiate. This kind of beauty doesn't need a spotlight. It's reflected in the adoring gaze of your grandchild when you share stories of the past. It lives in the emotional eyes of an old friend when you embrace after years apart, or in the grateful smile of a stranger when you are the first to offer kindness. You are a role model, whether you realize it or not. A role model of grace, of kindness, of calm in a world that rushes too fast. And because of that, you are beautiful in a way that makes others want to be more like you. So when someone unexpectedly tells you that you have a special kind of beauty, don't brush it off. Don't reject a compliment just because you think you're too old to be noticed. Smile and accept it, because you deserve it. Beauty does not fade with time, it simply changes form. And in you, a woman of age and wisdom, it becomes deeper, more subtle, and more unforgettable than ever. When we speak of beauty, people often think of physical appearance, charm, or the spark in someone's eyes. But there is a more profound kind of beauty, one that lies in knowledge and understanding. In older women, wisdom is not just what they know, it's how they have come to understand and live with the world. Women in their 60s, 70s, or 80s don't only carry knowledge from books, they carry a lifetime of lived experience. What they share doesn't come from theory, it comes from love, heartbreak, joy, and loss. Every word they speak, every story they tell is laced with depth and insight earned over the years. Have you ever looked back at something from your past and realized how much you've grown since the first time you went through it? Maybe you don't remember every book you read or every lesson taught in school, but the way you handle a situation with grace, the way you soothe others with your empathy, that is living proof of your intellectual beauty. Your knowledge doesn't live on paper. It has been distilled into kindness, into character, into your way of being. A wise older woman doesn't rush to judge. She listens without interrupting. She knows when silence is more powerful than words. She doesn't need to speak often to be heard, because when she does, it matters. Has someone ever come to you just to ask, "What do you think?" That moment, that trust, that is your wisdom becoming a guiding light for others. Intellectual beauty also lives in curiosity that never fades. Many older women still read at night, learn how to use new technology, write, teach, and share. They understand. Learning doesn't stop at school. Learning is a way to live, to connect, to understand their grandchildren, and to rediscover themselves. Are you still learning something new every day? A new word, a new recipe, or maybe just how to listen more closely to your own heart? Leave a comment and share. What are you learning today? This commitment to learning creates a special kind of energy, both fresh and serene. When a 75-year-old woman still cares about the world, follows current events, listens to music, reads books, and shares her feelings, she is shining with intellectual beauty. And the most beautiful thing of all? This kind of beauty never fades. It only deepens. No one can take away what you've learned. No age can erase the understanding you've gathered across your life. Intellectual beauty is also how you pass on values to future generations. When you tell your grandchild a story about gratitude, when you write down lessons you've lived through, when you share your view of the world with an open heart, you are planting seeds of wisdom. If you've ever said something that made someone pause, smile, and nod quietly, then in that moment, your intellectual beauty reached them. People might forget a dress or a hairstyle, but they will always remember the woman who once said something that changed them. They'll remember the feeling of being heard, being seen, being gently guided by a wise heart. So no matter how old you are, always believe this: you are still beautiful because of your life experience, your understanding, and your inner wisdom. Read a book you love, write down your thoughts, share a story that changed you, and if you feel like saying something today, don't hesitate to leave a comment. It might be the spark that warms someone's heart. Dear friend, perhaps the most precious piece of jewelry you can wear is your confidence. In older women, confidence doesn't come from glamour or youth. It comes from deep self-awareness, acceptance, and inner dignity. It's a beauty that is calm, steady, and utterly captivating. Have you ever walked into a room and felt the quiet presence of an older woman? No flashy clothes, no loud words, just the way she walks, the calm in her eyes, the softness in her voice, enough to make others want to listen. That is silent, powerful confidence. Confidence in old age doesn't come from comparing yourself to others, but from being at peace with who you are. It's when you look in the mirror and smile, not because you look like someone else, but because you see yourself as whole, exactly as you are. You no longer strive to be noticed. You simply know that your worth isn't in how the world sees you, but in how you feel inside. Are you feeling confident in yourself lately? If not, try remembering what you've overcome. The times you stood tall despite heartbreak. The days you cared for others even when you were tired. The way you chose love, strength, and kindness, again and again. That is your beauty. That is your power, and it's still growing. Whether it's with all the love in your heart or simply the quiet act of waking up early, making yourself a cup of tea, and beginning the day with a smile. This is your strength and your beauty. The confidence of an older woman also comes from knowing exactly what she wants and what she doesn't. You know what makes you feel at ease, where your boundaries lie, and what truly deserves your attention. And because of that, you don't get swept up in unnecessary worries. You live more gently. One of the things that draws others to you is the way you accept yourself. You don't need to hide your silver hair or smooth out every wrinkle because you understand they are proof of a life well lived. And you are not ashamed of growing older. You are proud of how far you've come and how deeply you've lived. Perhaps you've once thought, there's nothing remarkable about me anymore. But take a closer look. How many younger people admire your calm, your wisdom in how you handle things, or simply the way you truly listen, something that seems small but is so rare in today's fast-paced world. Confidence is also choosing to keep doing what you love. You dance at the local club, take walks every evening, embroider handkerchiefs, plant flowers, write letters. These simple things are how you care for yourself, honor your passions, and quietly tell the world, I am still living, not just existing, but enjoying life. And you know what? Every time you stand tall, smile, wear the blouse you love, and step out into the world, you're sending a powerful message. I don't need to be younger or look like anyone else. I am myself, and I am proud of that. If you're still listening now, let me ask you, how do you feel about yourself today? Is there something you've been hesitant to try because you thought, I'm too old for that? If so, try it. Even just a small step. Because confidence doesn't come from getting everything right the first time. It comes from not giving up on yourself. Let confidence be the soft fragrance you carry with you each day. Don't fear the way others look at you. Don't let the past weigh you down. Live with gratitude, self-respect, and the belief that you are beautiful, simply because you are you, and you have traveled an extraordinary journey to become who you are today. Can you share with me a moment when you truly felt confident? Write it in the comments below, because sometimes your story might be the reason another woman finds the strength to rise and smile again. So dear friend, never forget, beauty is not defined by age. Beauty lies in acceptance, in love, and in the confidence you give yourself. What a woman carries in her later years isn't always made of gold or gems, but of a quiet pride she has nurtured through time. A pride that needs no applause, no validation, because it's etched into every smile, every wrinkle, every gentle gaze, and every memory she's left in the hearts of others. Many older women have once thought they had faded, become invisible amidst the rush of modern life. But then, a sudden compliment, a tender glance, or a single heartfelt sentence from a younger person, "You're truly special," reminds them they were never out of the light. Have you ever had a moment like that? When a stranger stopped just to say your style was lovely? When your grandchild asked, "Grandma, why are you always so gentle?" When you stepped outside and felt the natural respect others gave you, without needing an introduction? Those are the moments when your beauty and worth are quietly, yet profoundly acknowledged. Women in their 70s, 80s, 90s, even those in their 100s, often say they no longer care about being told they look young. What makes them proud now is being called calm, wise, graceful, inspiring. They understand that value isn't found in perfection, but in authenticity and love. You have every right to be proud because you still smile, even after heartbreak. You remain kind in a world full of conflict. You still cherish beauty, love yourself, and carry an inner light. You are still the one your family returns to, for comfort, for learning, for peace. You have raised children, cared for loved ones, battled illness, faced loss, and stood up after falling. So why shouldn't you be proud of yourself? You've lived, you've loved, you've given, and you have every reason to hold your head high. And you know what? Your very presence in the world today is a priceless gift. A woman walking through the park each morning is a symbol of resilience. A woman reading quietly in a cafe is a beacon of intellectual beauty. A grandmother slowly telling stories to her grandchildren is the keeper of memory, tradition, and love. If someone ever asks, "What are you most proud of in life?" you don't need a grand answer. You only need to say, "I'm proud that I'm still myself, and I haven't lost that." Because pride doesn't come from being better than anyone else, it comes from knowing how far you've come, what you've held on to through it all, and still choosing to live a meaningful life. Let me ask you one last question. What is one thing about yourself that you're most proud of today? Share it in the comments below, because your words might not just be your own story, but a light guiding another woman who's still looking for a reason to smile. You are not invisible. You are a living symbol of beauty refined by time, and that is something to be forever proud of. In the end, the gentle beauty of an older woman isn't something that can be measured by a glance or by time. It is the beauty born from all the sun and rain you've walked through. It is the quiet sparkle of patience, compassion, and love. And if you're sitting here now, listening to these words and feeling a soft ache in your heart, then let me say this: you are not alone. What you're feeling, the thoughts you're holding close, are the precious pieces that make you who you are. An incredibly valuable woman, worthy of deep respect. You don't need anyone's validation to know that you are beautiful, because you've learned how to shine from within, with faith, with wisdom, and with a heart that never stops being grateful. You may have once sacrificed, stayed silent, yielded, and endured. But please, never forget, every step you've taken carries the imprint of a gentle strength, a kind of strength only found in women who have walked through life with deep sincerity. And now, as you look back at yourself, please smile, because you are not just beautiful. You are a soft, glowing light in a world that's always rushing by. You are a living story of a beauty that needs no makeup, a beauty that lingers in others' memories and stays there. If you're still here, listening to these words, I want to send you my heartfelt thanks. Thank you for taking the time to walk this journey with me. A journey of rediscovering the beauty that already lives within you. Now, if something has stayed with you, please don't keep it to yourself. Share something you're proud of, a moment when you realized your light still shines, or simply a gentle message for another woman who may be trying to find her worth again. Let the comment section below be a place where we connect, uplift, and embrace one another, as friends, as sisters walking this path together. And if you feel this video might touch the heart of someone you care about, don't hesitate to share it with them. Just one sentence from this video might be the reason someone smiles today. Finally, if you'd like to continue walking with us on these healing journeys, please hit subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and leave a heart beneath this video. You are always worthy of love and of being reminded that you are still, in your own unique way, deeply beautiful. Book go back.